To an extra little bonus video. I apologise if you can hear the washing machine in the background, but my washing machine can be quite noisy, so if you can hear it, I do apologise. But today I'm going to basically talk you through how I've been budgeting, and I'll also show you some of the ways that I've been doing it, just so that you can have an idea, because I know a few people have been asking questions about how I get on with it and how I've managed to set it all out. So I'm going to run you through all that. What I will do is I'll probably go back and do like a September one rather than an October, because I'm still waiting for my payday for this one, so I can't actually show you an October one, but I will go backwards and show you how I did a September one and talk you through that. So hope you enjoy, and let's get on with it. So the first thing I suggest you do is get a notebook or something that you can write everything in. Now I've actually gone from one notebook to a folder and a new notebook as well, so I'm just trying to see if I can find my big notebook, but I can. So as most of you will remember, I originally started out with this one, and this is a huge one. It's an A4 size, and in the front of it I've written all my bills and things so that I'm aware, but as you may know, I normally fill it in this one. Now I am converting, so I am going to try and swap from this notebook to a smaller one, just in case I'm on the move a bit more often, and this one's quite bulky to carry, so I've kind of converted into a little one now. But if I just show you, I can show you this October one because I haven't actually budgeted half of the things yet, but all I basically do is I get some nice little washi tape and I put all my income at the top, any expenses that are fixed, so like bills and things, I write here and put the amounts next to it, and then the variable ones are things that I like to put money in just in case I spend it. But I will show you all that when I write it down properly for you. On the back, as you are aware, I do cash envelopes. Now I haven't actually done the budget for these yet. This is kind of the one that I'm still to do. In fact, I've done that one, but I've got the next one to do. But I thought I would try and explain to you how I go about doing it. So I'm going to do that for you today. You won't see me stuff money today, but I will talk you through how I go about doing it. So I will show you that. I apologise for camera angle. It's really difficult to do this because I don't actually have a tripod that I can use. So for my September, the first thing I will do when I'm trying to do my budget is I will write my income. I can't even spell. So obviously, as you are aware, I have my McDonald's income. I also do panels, so if I get any panel money, that's that. I also always write my previous bank balance. Now, what some people do with bank balances is they will use all of the money that they get paid in their budget. I don't. I always try and leave a good amount in my bank just in case something happens. Let's say, like for instance, recently my shower head's broken, so I've got to replace that. So I have got some money back up just in case. And the final thing to add is Twitch money, which is something I also get for streaming. On this occasion, Twitch money, I got a few donations throughout the month, so I'll talk you through those. But regarding McDonald's, bearing in mind this is every 2 weeks for me, so a lot of people do it monthly. I do it every 2 weeks because that's how often I currently get paid. So I got £525.47. Panels, I didn't get anything for that, so I can draw a line there. My bank balance previously was £473.15. And then donation-wise, it looks like I got £7.09 donation-wise. So my total, because you always total things up, £1,005.71. Now, as some of you will be aware, bill-wise, I always pay rent. That's just something I do. Food is always on there. Water, electric, Sky, phone, and council tax. Those are just the standard ones that I do. Some of these, depending on the week that I'm doing, so for this particular week, I didn't actually have to pay my electric bill. I didn't have to pay my Sky. and I didn't have to pay any council tax because the particular dates that this falls into, those weren't something that were going to go out, so I can put crosses next to those. So the only ones I needed to worry about were the rent, which I put 135 away every week. So I put 270 away every 2 weeks for that. Food, I normally put 80 away. Water, I didn't need to include by the looks of it, and 33.19 for my phone bill. So the only expenses for this particular week came to £383.19. So then what I try and do is I do the 525.47, take away that, which gives me 615.43. And that is what I will then use to work out what I can put in my envelopes. So I call them sinking funds, but you can call them envelopes. I'm just trying to get camera angles. Apologies, my hand's going a bit numb. Right, so I have a clothing fund. I have a Christmas fund. I have my savings. I have holiday, PC, money in purse. I'm going to do initials for this. Takeaways, birthdays and other. So then what I will do is I will work out roughly how much I want to put away. Now savings, I always put 25 a week away. On this particular occasion I put 10 in the clothing and 10 in Christmas. Holiday got 20. PC got nothing. Money in purse got 20. Takeaways got 20. Birthdays got 15 and other got 20. So in total that was 140, and then that leaves me with a bank balance that should be 475.43, and that was what the balance was at the end of this month. So like I say, I don't use every penny of what I earn for my budget. I will pick random amounts and then put them away. So I just realised that wouldn't add up to 140, because there's a 5 there. Anyway, it wasn't quite that, but you get the drift. I basically would have had roughly £475 in my bank. But the only suggestion I do have for you is plan it out like I do. So do all your income, all your bills, and then whatever you want to use various bits for, try and budget various amounts. So obviously if I bought something in the clothing fund, there was already money in there. But say I spent more than £10, in theory I would be able to afford that because I'd put £10 in this week and however much last week. But it just kind of keeps me on track. So I try never to go over the amounts in the envelopes that I have. For instance, the savings one I don't really touch. But yeah, my suggestion for you is just plan it all out. Obviously, I do mine every 2 weeks. So this is like 1 week of October, 1 week of September, sorry. The following week would be slightly different because I'd have like water, electric and council tax to factor in. So this amount always changes for me, which is annoying in some ways, but it gives me a gist of how much I should be spending and how much I should have left. So the way I do it is quite simple for me. As I say, I used to use this book over here, which is what I've been using to do the recording in this time, but I have converted into a smaller book. So as you'll see, that's the beginning of October one. I haven't done the envelopes for that yet. I will be doing it. And then this is the start of my next one. As you can see, I've started writing in the amounts of things that I know that are going to be coming out for that. But I mean, it's personal preference. You have to kind of get the gist of what you're spending, what you're doing. And then I've actually, for the next month, so for November, I'm also including an expense tracker in this book just to see if that helps me at all. So it's just tried and tested methods. Like I said, I do have cash envelopes, which I'm going to go ahead and show you now, so bear with. Okay, so regarding cash envelopes, I have a numerous amount. I did only have a few to start with, and then I kind of added some in. So I always have a food one, because I always put money away for food every 2 weeks. So like I said, in my budget, that's always 80. That's money that I put in my purse. If there's anything left in here, I normally transfer it into another envelope. But this is kind of how I budget it to start with. So I'll put like 30 in here and then move it into my purse when the days reset. My other envelope is just for anything that doesn't fit into any of the other categories. So I don't know, say like I said, the shower head's broken, so that would have come out of my other envelope when I restock it. So that's that. If there's any money in some of these, I do move them across, so I'll tell you which ones I move money from and which ones I don't. I do have one for sales in case I sell anything on Facebook and that, but at the moment all of the money I make from Facebook and that is going in the money saving challenge that I'm doing. So this one's currently empty, but when I've finished that money savings challenge, any money I make from sales will go in here and then I'll distribute it elsewhere. And then these ones are ones that I leave to build up, but also if I have something that I need to buy from these, I use them. So these two are the ones I actually use a little bit, and then I have two that I don't touch at all. So first envelope that I use occasionally is birthday. This is for anybody's birthday that I have in my family, whether it's, you know, a present or a card. I'll use this birthday fund to do that. So I always put a little bit in here every time. It depends how many birthdays I have in that month. So for October there were 3 birthdays, mine included. So I've only got 1 left for this month that I'm filming this video. And then next month I think there's only 1 or 2. So I probably won't need to put so much in there next month. But then obviously I'll try and keep it topped up for extra months as well. The other one I very occasionally will be using, and I know you know, very soon I'll be using it a lot, is my Christmas one. I try and put money in here every so often. There is a little bit in there already. Obviously Christmas is coming up, so I'm going to be putting a bit more in here, you know, very soon, just to get, you know, some gifts started. I always try and Christmas shop a bit early, so I thought I needed a Christmas envelope really, so that I can just add to it. And then for next year, maybe I could put £5 or £10 every 2 weeks in it and build it up ready for the December, because that would just be a nice amount to build up. I only did start this one recently, so I'm hoping that this year especially, I can manage, but we'll see. And then these are the two that I basically don't touch unless I really have to. Holiday, for instance, I'm not touching this until October next year, so whatever I put in here isn't coming out again, it's staying in there. And that's just for my August holiday next year. Hopefully the situation calms down and it'll all happen again, but we'll see. And then this one is kind of the extra money envelope. So like I say, money that was in my other envelope that I didn't use, for instance, and maybe there was money in my purse envelope or food envelope I didn't finish using. It all goes into here, and then eventually when this builds up quite a bit, I'll be paying this into my bank account, and you know, that'll just go as like a savings / emergency fund type thing. I've only temporarily labelled this savings because when I laminated it I didn't write anything on it because I thought I could use it for whatever I wanted to. So it says savings. I might call it an emergency fund, I don't know yet. But this is basically any spare money that I haven't spent that goes into here. So that's kind of how I do it. Obviously I always record anything I spend, so if I spend 20 out the food envelope, I either write it on the little sheets I provide, or I do have my folder of complete budgeting that I fill in, so I also use that as well. But I hope that helps for some of you that are thinking about doing budgeting. If you do need any inspiration or any help with the budgeting itself, let me know in the comments and I can try and help you. But like I say, I have a numerous amount of envelopes that I use, and for me, this is how it works. You know, I haven't actually gone over budget in any of my envelopes. I occasionally spend money out of the bank, but I mean, who doesn't? But no, for me personally, it's just what works for you. You have to kind of do it depending on what you prefer and what you like doing. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it was helpful, and I will see you all very soon. Bye for now.